All right, I'm not running from the game. I actually didn't get a chance to watch the game. So I heard the Michigan lost, what was it, 24-27 to Michigan State. But I said yesterday I gave Michigan State 19.5 points, I think, on the FanDuel Sportsbook. And I said that was entirely too much money or too many points to give to Michigan State. And the smart man would have took the points with Michigan State, and they covered and they won by 3. But let's talk about Jim Harbaugh. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. It's time to go. Him and Don Brown. I didn't have to look at the highlights. I looked at a little bit of the game when I came in from shopping today. And I already know Don Brown played, man. He left his corners on the island. The blitzes didn't get home. Michigan State did their homework, picked up the blitzes, and, he left his guys on the island, And you can't do that. You can't just blitz every time and not, spy or not have a guy, not spy, but have a guy robbing or have a single high. He just don't know how to play zone, and Jim Harbaugh allows him to stay as the defensive coordinator. He get beat up by Ohio State every year because he don't know how to play Tampa 2, cover 3, cover 4. All he do is know how to blitz and leave his corners on the island. It's time for them to fire Jim Harbaugh. Not sure who you're going to get to replace him. That's a good question. You ain't going to get Nick Saban. He's been an epic failure. Urban Meyers maintains that he's retired. Now, I don't know what Jim Tressel doing, but I take him. But Jim Harbaugh is just an atrocious coach at Michigan. He loses to Michigan State when they should have won by 20 points, according to some sports books like FanDuel. And like I said before, Joe Milton didn't play well, and people will try to say he's going to be a first-round pick. To be honest, Joe Milton should have played last year, and we should have known, if he was going to be a really, really good, player, we should have known last year. But Jim Harbaugh never trusts his quarterback recruiting. And you see why Joe Milton didn't start. I'm pretty sure he didn't have a great game if they lost. And it's just time for him to go. It's time for him to simply go. We tired of him, to be honest. Super duper tired of him. He loses the big games. He can't beat Ohio State. He can't consistently beat Michigan State. And, Michigan State came prepared. They lost to Rutgers last week. Minnesota lost last night to Maryland, I think, in OT. But, you look at Don Brown, looking at some of his plays. He not spying the quarterback, and he spying the quarterback. The quarterback was running for first downs, throwing the ball, and it is what it is, man. It's time to get rid of Jim Harbaugh. I think everybody's in agreement. I think this is the straw that broke the camel's back right here, and losing to Michigan State, a team that had just got popped by Rutgers the week before. Just let you know the team ain't prepared. And it ain't about him recruiting. Michigan recruit itself. It's a great talent pipeline, and time to fire Jim Harbaugh. Simple as that. Don Brown is here because of him. He should have been fired. You're not going to beat Ohio State playing blitzing man and playing man defense. You got to play some coverage. You don't play zone coverage. You don't mix his coverage up. And people saying, oh, Michigan corners are garbage. He put in the corners in a position to fail. You leave them corners on the island. And if they pick up the blitz and the blitz don't get home, and you chuck it down the field, the corner's one-on-one. The receiver know what route he going to run, know where he need to be at. And it's just as simple as that. And it's just atrocious that Jim Harbaugh has allowed to be here this long because he's a Michigan man. They didn't even give, they was ready to fire Rich Rodriguez after one snap. You know what I'm saying? And they need to get out that Michigan guy thing. Unless you could bring Tom Brady here, I don't know what to say. Michigan feels like the Tennessee of the North, of the Midwest. That's what it feels. It's supposed to be this big, attractive job, but no matter who you put in here, even with Lloyd Carr was sorry, other than that national championship that he shared with whoever they shared it with that year. It's got a big in Texas. They got a big Texas. They got big football reputations and big football pockets, but the football team, they don't live up to expectations. Rich Rodriguez, Brady Hoke, Lloyd Carr was a trash. We all knew Lloyd Carr. So I remember he benched Braylon Edwards in the big game. Trash. Michigan need to get out of that Michigan man mentality. If they would have got Les Miles, he would have been trash here. And go get a football guy that can get the most out the lesser of this football program. Michigan, Texas, and Tennessee is in the same boat. Make a lot of money in football, but the basketball teams just turn out to be a lot better than the football team. So Michigan needs to take some of that football money and put it into his basketball team. At least you're going to produce national championships. But it's atrocious, man. And when I seen that game was 17-10.5, I already knew what time it was. Harbaugh does not know how to prepare. He don't know how to coach. The reason he was popular in the National Football League is because Greg Roman, his defensive coordinator, his coaching staff, was better than him. He's a grade A idiot. He's a grade A idiot. But let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links in the description. I want to make a donation. Best way to do that is share the video. The Cash App is CJGood313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time we go.